because if you're working behind a counter, you are expected to sell, 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 and it doesn't matter about building a clientele. When I got to the salon, wait a second, these clients come in every 5 weeks. What a concept. You mean I get to develop a clientele? And I still have clients from 20 years ago when I first started behind the counter. I went on to be an educator for Aveda, and I worked a 10-state region and had a, yeah, and I had 10 states and worked inside of hundreds of salons trying to help build a makeup business. And that was my incredible passion. Then I had my son, which was unexpected, and I tried to then figure out how I was going to have a career and doing what we do as freelancers and being available at every particular second and still having kids. That was a bit of a challenge, and that's when I developed my working inside the salon and then building my own clientele. And I made a huge leap in 2000 to go on my own. And I opened up a small little space that was enough for a mirror and vanity lights, and I could squeeze maybe 2 people, and it was in the basement of a gym. And I was written up as the eyebrow guru of Atlanta probably about 6 years ago, and I ended up with about 100 clients overnight. And I was building my clientele and building my clientele, but I had always, in my experience, what I tell women is, I didn't get inspired by doing commercial work. I never wanted to work on movie sets. I love connecting with women. I love being able to have a woman look in the mirror and love what she sees. I got really disgusted about 8 years ago when, I'm sure many of you who have done makeup on real women turn around and look in the mirror and go, oh, I need my eyes done. Oh, I need this done. And instead of seeing their beauty, they get depressed just the despair of the aging process for a lot of women and young girls. So I just had it. And the words authentic beauty fell out of my mouth, which is the name of my company. And we do inner beauty workshops with girls, and we have a consumer-based makeup studio that we have now about 3,000 clients, which is kind of crazy. and then I built about a little more than a third of the business comes from brow clientele, which is I've been written up 3 times for Allure this year, which is amazing. I don't know how that happened, but that's I got sick of looking at women whose brows were really messed up, and there's another in there. And when I learned how to do brows properly in my 20s, I couldn't do anybody's face without doing their eyebrows. Yeah, so then as Authentic Beauty launched about 5 years ago, and I guess we'll talk a little bit about that, I opened the doors 4 years ago after a lot of, we'll talk about the risk part later. We now have about 7 makeup artists. I took over a hair salon, full service, and we have a huge bridal business, and we're getting ready to launch our own makeup line in the next little bit, which is crazy. That's another whole story. So I guess that's it.
You've been busy.
Yeah. So it's about 20. I've been in arts for about 25 years, and there's just so many places to evolve to. But you gotta find where your heart calls you, and I had to create my own path. There's no. People come to me, and I've had this conversation with Keisha. When mothers come to me, go, oh, my daughter wants to be a makeup artist. I'm like, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. I don't wish it upon anybody, because it takes something. You have to love being a makeup artist, or get out. You have to love this, because you're going to have to find your own way and make a living at it, and a healthy living. Because, as with Michael, what drew me so much to Michael is that he is committed to you guys making a living. And that's what I'm committed to. We are going to shift the way that the beauty industry does business so that y'all can make a living. That's what I'm committed to.
That sounds like a plan.